Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Let me introduce. My name is Rahmat from English Department Class D. So today I would like to thanks for opportunities that has been given to me to present my proposal with the use of the fairy tale method in English teaching to improve vocabulary students. So we are going to chapter 1. Introduction. Background. Some case many teachers are not active enough in teaching about speaking skills to their students, so that the students become more and more passive in English subject dominance. While we know that learning can immediately be done actively in order to the learning English, it will be interesting and effective. We are going to the next point is research questions. 1. What is the strategy used by English teachers to teach vocabulary for junior high school SMP Negeri 2 Majene? 2. How to apply the strategy to teaching English vocabulary for SMP Negeri 2 Majene? We are going to the next point is C. Objectives of the research. 1. To know strategy used by English teachers to teach vocabulary for junior high school of SMP Negeri 2 Majene. 2. To describe how to apply the strategies to teaching English vocabulary for junior high school of SMP Negeri 2 Majene. We are going to the next point, the significance of the research, theoretical significance. Theoretically, this research is useful for new reference by subsequent research, and this research is expected to provide the theoretical benefits. At least it can function as a contribution to the world of education. 2. Practical significance. In practice, the result of this study are expected to be useful information for students on junior high school in learning English, especially learning vocabulary. Teachers can motivate students, make them interested in learning vocabulary by using fairy tales. This study can by teachers to provide better techniques for teaching vocabulary. We are going to scope and limitation of the research. Sorry. Okay, we are going to scope and limitation of the research. This research is about teaching English vocabulary through the reading fairy tale method for memorizing vocabulary. This research was conducted in junior high school in SMP Negeri 2 Majene. The participants are 7th grade students. The researchers focus on the use of the of the read fairy tale method in teaching English to improve vocabulary students. So we are going to the chapter 2, review of related literature. A. Preview related findings. The difference between previous research by the author and the present research by the author is the location of the study, the research situation, and the characteristic of the student studied. Saputri Rifa, 20 and 18. The effect of applying audiolingual method by using fairy tales to students. Assignment in a reading narrative text. This study deals with the effect of applying audiolingual method by using fairy tales to the studied students assignment in reading narrative text. After analyze the data, the result of the study showed that t value was higher than t table. The result of this research showed that t value than t table, in which t value t table 1.67155, but level significant 0.05, and degree of freedom or DF is 60. It can conclude that audiolingual method significantly affect on the student's assignment in reading narrative text, or in other words, the hypothesis is accepted. So we are going to pertinent ideas. Definition of vocabulary according Hatch and Brown, 1995. In Ica Apriliani, 20 and 16. Vocabulary is the foundation to both language, which plays fundamental role in communication. Based on the theory, vocabulary is one of the language aspects that are very important for communication English. If we have less vocabulary, we will not understand what people say. Hammer, 2021. In Ica Apriliani, 20 and 16, say, an ability to manipulate grammatical structure does not have any potential for expressing meaning unless words are used. Based on the theory, vocabulary is one of important skills in language and needed to support the 4 language skill that consists of listening, speaking, and writing. We are going to types of vocabulary according to Abor, Sol, and Field, 19 and 97. In Darin Octasaputri, 19 and 16. Classified vocabulary into terms. They are active vocabulary and passive vocabulary. So we are going to conceptual phenomenon. There are teaching English in junior high school. vocabulary, student problem in memorizing, teaching method and fairy tales, using fairy tales method on student assignment. Okay, we are going to hypothesis. The hypothesis of this research use null hypothesis and an alternative hypothesis that is formulated as follows. The definition for the hypothesis research: one, read-fair method, fair-tale method is not effective for student ability in memorizing vocabulary and at the 7th grade of SMP Negeri 2 Majene. Alternative hypothesis: fairy tale method is effective to student ability in SMP Negeri 2 Majene. So we are going to chapter 3, method of the research. Research design. The method used in this study is a quasi-experimental method. According to Sugiono, 2016, method experimental research is a research method used for look for influence on something that is given treatment to others in conditions that can be controlled. Quasi-experimental using all subjects in the study group to be treated, no using subject taken randomly. Population and sample. Population is the area of generalization in the form of subject has the qualities and characteristics set by researcher to be surveyed and the conclusion is drawn. Sugiono 2016. Sample is part of the number of object or subject that have quality and characteristic possessed by the population. Sugiono 2016. So we are going to techniques of collecting data. The first test. The test is one tool for measuring levels, one's ability to a number of statements that must be given certain response or aspect. The second is a questionnaire. Questionnaire is a data collection technique by using written questions and to be answered in writing also by respondent in order to obtain information for respondents. The next point is procedure of collecting data. The one is the first pre-test, second is treatment, third post-test. We are going to the next point is research instrument. Research instruments are tools used to collect data. In this study, researchers use the test and questionnaire, close-ended questions as an instrument. The test will be given before and after the test. The test is used to determine the students' vocabulary mastery score. So we are going to data analysis. The first, descriptive statistic. The researcher will use statistical pake for social skills or PSS version 20 to analysis the data. According to Wikipedia, SPSS is a software pake used for interactive or batch statistical analysis. The second, tests are normality. This output of the research normality testing by using by using one sample chromograph Smirnov test. If the significant value more than 0.5, it means that the data in normal distribution. The third point, test of homogeneity. Homogeneity tests will conduct in order to know whether the data have the sum or different variant. Similar with normality test, the homogeneity test use SPSS 20.0 20.0. Score will higher than 0.05. The second for point t-test. In this research, the data obtained from pre-test and post-test analysis be using t-test by using SPSS 20. It means that the researcher did not use manual computation. All the data collect account by using SPSS 20.0 program. In this case, pair simple t-test. This is a bibliography. So thank you very much. I think enough from me. Thanks. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.